Hi guys, my name is Bas and welcome to episode number 14 of my R tutorials here on YouTube. So today we're gonna have a look at the independent samples t-test. But first, if this video is helpful to you in any way, shape or form, then please leave a like on this video and subscribe to this YouTube channel. I want to make this channel grow as much as possible, so every bit of help would be very much appreciated. Okay, so today we're gonna do an independent samples t-test. And that's a difference from the pair samples t-test, which next episode will be about. So you need to ask yourself, are the two groups which you are comparing related to each other? In this case, in the independent samples t-test, they are not related. So we're going to compare a group of men and a group of women. Those two groups are not affected by each other's answers. So they are independent. Therefore, it's an independent samples t-test. If the group is related to the other group, then it's a paired samples t-test. And that is, most of the time, if you're measuring the same group over time. So if you let a group of respondents fill in something at time A and something at time B, then it's a paired samples t-test. But in this case, we're comparing men and women, so therefore it's an independent samples t-test. So the first thing we're going to do is open the package called tidyverse, because we're going to need the data sets in it and also the functions. And we're going to have a look at, view Star Wars, and then Control Enter. And then you can see that it's a data set filled with Star Wars characters. And what we want to do is that we want to compare the height variable for the sex, male and female. So there you can see that there are also hermaphrodites in here. So we want to filter those out, because with the independent samples t-test you can only compare two groups. So what we want to compare is males and females, and the others we want to filter out. So how are we going to do that? Well, it's actually quite simple. We start off by typing the data set which we're using, which in this case is Star Wars. Then we press the pipe operator, which is Ctrl-Shift-M. Then we're going to select the two variables which we're going to work with, which is going to be height and sex. Then the pipe operator again. Then we're going to filter the variable. We're going to filter for the variable sex, and then we type percentage in percentage, and then the small c, and then open the brackets, and then between quotation marks male, comma, and then between quotation marks female. So what we want to do is we want to make a filter for the variable sex, and we want it to be we want to look in the combination of either male or female. So those are the only two values you want to filter out of this. Okay, and then you press the pipe operator again, and then you want to drop the missing values. So drop and then point missing, point not available, and then for the height variable. So this means that we want to filter out the non-available character, the missing values, because otherwise you're going to get an error. So remember, if a variable has missing values, you need to filter those out. Then we do the pipe operator again, and now we're going to do the actual t-test. So you type t.test, and then, well, between brackets, height is the dependent variable. And then use the curvy wavy sign, and then you type sex. So we want to do a t-test on the height variable, and the groups we want to divide it by is going to be the sex variable. And furthermore, the data which you're using is a dot, because it's the data set which is already mentioned on the top. And then you press Ctrl Enter, and then at the bottom you can see that the average height of females is 169, and the average length of males is 179. So that does seem like a difference. But if we take a look at the top, you can see that the t-value is minus 1.5876, and the p-value of that is 0.1181, which is not significant because it's bigger than the alpha of 0.05. So in this case, we can conclude that there is no significant difference between the two groups which we were comparing. So there's no significant difference between females and males in this data set. Okay, so that's how you can do an independent samples t-test. Next episode we're going to do a paired samples t-test. But for now, if this video was helpful to you, then please leave a like on this video and subscribe to this YouTube channel. And for now guys, I'll see you guys on the next episode. Ciao!